one so far. Carson Phipps, 3.8 back of Jeremy, who's 2.1 back of AJ in that top spot. So AJ, 2 seconds up on Jeremy, trying to catch him. Your top qualifier, trying to catch the 4th place qualifier right now. Carson Phipps still running strong in 3. Then it's a little bit of a gap back to Brian Eider. He's 9 seconds back. That close together as Austin sits about 10 seconds back from that battle for the podium with 13 minutes down, 17 to go. 13 down, 17 to go. 5.5. Any minute. Your leader continuing to stay out right now. AJ Rodriguez, Jeremy Licky right there in the mix as well. He's going to be behind Ryan. You're going to have leader there with you. $14 down, 16 to go. 14 down, 16 to go. 31 of 68 laps has been completed. So AJ, Jeremy, Carson, Austin, Brian, Shane, John, Tyler, Ryan, Greg, Michael Hudson, Aaron, Eric Gilpin, your running order here in this one right now. AJ in for fuel. A flame out in the pit lane for AJ. So Jeremy's going to try and take advantage of that. Joe gets the car fired and back out and underway. Here comes some more fuel stops. Austin. Cracknell in for fuel. Carson in for fuel. The final bit of your leaders' fuel stops in and out. It is clean for both Jeremy and Carson. And then AJ right behind them. So 1, 2, and 3 right-hand side of the track once again. Halfway point come and gone. 15:30 down, 14:30 to go. 15:30 down, 14:30 to go. So Carson, AJ, and Jeremy going to be the running order now as they work through the whoop sections. It's been a good battle between those three for the first 15. Hope we can see it for the last 15. For those back in Live RC land, apologies. Had to cut it short. Looks like we're having a little bit of internet connection dropout. Trying to stream some of these back home to you. So right now it's Carson, AJ, Jeremy, Austin, Brian Eider, your top 5 in this one. Carson, AJ, and Jeremy super close together. AJ going to pull away from him just a little bit as Carson continues to lead around. Carson, always a force to be reckoned with in Truggy. 45 to go. Carson, AJ, a 1.3 second battle as they work over that right-hand side in between lap traffic. Been running nice, clean laps in between those guys. With 11:30 left to go. That's Wilbur, Tyler Wilbur, breaking off track now. So he's going to sort himself down that leaderboard just a little bit. As AJ is taking over that top spot from Carson once again as they go into that roller coaster section. Up and over they go. AJ Rodriguez back to the top spot now, 26.5 to a 27 flat for Carson. AJ and Carson into the roller coaster section. Carson gets it wrong. So now Jeremy's going to close in on that second place run as AJ's going to get a little bit of breathing room here with 10:30 to go in this one. AJ, Carson, Jeremy, Austin, Brian, John, Ryan, Shane, Michael, Tyler, Greg, and Eric. AJ Rodriguez out in front, still 67 is the pace, 45 done, so another 22 laps here. Section here. Lance getting caught as they... AJ, Carson, Jeremy, Austin, and Brian Eider, your top 5. 6. So AJ, then Carson, then Jeremy. So AJ Rodriguez 2.3 seconds up with 4:50 to go. Now 4:35 now as we go back to that clock. That is the best battle on the track. Nobody else really within a few seconds of each other anywhere else up and down the leaderboard. But 1, 2, and 3 are super tight as they go into this infield. A little bit of open room in front of them now. Sorry to those at home with the internet seeming to not quite have the same horsepower it had this morning. Try to fix it the next break, but we are 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes left in this one, 3:45 to go. It is a super tight battle for your leaders in this one. AJ floating over that double. Here comes Carson and Jeremy. It's been that way for a lot of this race with 3:25 to go. Austin's running comfortably in the 4 spot. He's about 10 seconds back from a podium position. Brian about 28 back from Austin. John 26 back from Brian. Ryan 22 back from John. Shane 9 back from Ryan Chu. And then it's about a 2-minute gap back to Greg Kerr with some flame out issues. So AJ, Carson, and Jeremy still super tight on the track as they work out of the whoop sections. Right-hand side, still some open track in front of them. They're going to slowly start catching the leaders here with 2:40 or some back markers with 2:40 to go. But right now they got a little bit of open track in front of them. As your leaders coming right in front of the camera here on the back side now. Dropping down into that double. Carson and Jeremy starting to reel in. AJ just a little bit. Carson wide. He's not going to be able to get it slowed down. He does get it slowed down there. Just enough. So with 2 to go, we still got a 3-car battle here in your Nitro truck class. as they work through those whoop sections, swinging it back around to the left and up over that little double. Now it's full pinned all the way back to the backside of the track here. Then into that double. Greg, just be aware they're not quite there yet, but you will have 1, 2, and 3 battling for the overall win here. Catching you in just a couple of ticks. Thanks, Greg. Oh, Jeremy with a great run out of that double driver's stand double there. Makes a big run towards your leaders. Carson clips the pipe a little bit. There it is. Jeremy Licky goes to the inside. Carson tries to get it back. Cannot make it happen. So Licky will take that 2 spot away from Phipps now. With 1:10 to go on the race clock, scheduled to go 67-64 now complete for your leaders. And so I have a 6 minutes in between. I'll just kind of let that transition happen so these guys can get some water. Marshals can get some water, get ready to run their truggy and e-buggy races. AJ Rodriguez, Jeremy, and Carson. And I'll look back. Let's see. AJ's got a little bit of a gap now. Carson and Jeremy into the whoop sections they go. Jeremy back to the 3 spot. With 20 seconds to go, so they should get this plus 1 more. This will be 66, scheduled to go 67. Jeremy's going to be right on the back bumper of Carson going into this final lap. Here we go. 1 lap to decide it all for your Nitro Truggy class. A great move. Jeremy slides to the inside. Carson's going to try and take it back. And he'll have to give that one back. That is the right decision. So AJ's going to get a lot of breathing room. Carson is quick into the... Oh! Licky flames out! Licky flames out! On the last lap. Oh, Carson is shutting down as well. So Carson's going to limp it home, and he will take 2. Jeremy got by for the 3, so no position change will change there. Licky will still be a podium finisher. That was a hell of a 30-minute run in your Nitro Truggy class.
E-buggy A 2 main.
All right, let's get our Nitro Truggy guys back to the track, please, to Marshall.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
All right, race 21 track is yours. Race 21 track is yours. Marshals back out, please.
Matthew Miller. Chase Johnson. Keith Hadley. 1 minute to the start of the race. Evan Roth. Ashawn Bristol. Liam Roth. Brian Iter. 45 seconds to the start of the race. AJ Rodriguez. Austin Cracknell. Shea Goodlund. Taylor Wonders. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, looks like I might have a 1 minute call here.
Less than 5.
Yep, you got time, Tony. And 1:30 to the start.
Tony Corliss. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, you can grid them up now. Track is closed. You can grid them up.
"30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Get you to get a wheel on the grid. Nope. Mike, you want to help him out? He might not be able to see it from back there. All right, there we go. Corners ready. Drivers ready. E-buggy A main number 2 has arrived. Your Keith Hadley getting the win in A1. Short a little bit on the Marshall situation here. I need Greg. Can I get you to move? Oh, Raymond's going to take the 6 for me. Never mind. Thank you, Ray. All right, corners ready. Drivers ready. A main number 2, E-buggy, a sound of the tone. We are official here in race number 21. Your open E-buggy. This is going to be a 10-minute race right now. Trying to decide if this thing's going to go to a 3 or not. Hadley out in front. He would prefer not to determine a champion. Ash shuffles down to the 4 after running in that top 2 spot. And then a little bit of a tumble out of Matt Miller. A little bit of carnage coming into that roller coaster section. Now they all go field, all connected except 1 and 2. Once again, it is Hadley and Wonders. trying to pull away from the field here. Keith was able to get the better of Taylor in A1. Taylor trying to push this thing and determine a champion into A3. Right now, they're doing just that. They are pulling away from the rest of the field. Eider from the 6 up to the 3. AJ from the 7 up to the 4. This is very similar to how A1 went. Ash didn't make the start in A1. He made the start here in A2, but a little bit of a bobble on the right-hand side of the track. Shuffles him back to that 8th position. As now Keith starting to pull away from Taylor just a little bit here with 2:50 down, 7:10 to go. Keith out in front, 26.5 last time by. Wonders has the fast lap though, 26.4. But Hadley putting him down more consistently right now, finds himself pulling away from Taylor a little bit with a 2.2 second advantage. Then Brian, AJ, Chase, your top 5. Evan, Shay, Ash, Austin, and Matt, your top 10. Tony, 11, and Liam in the 12. Keith Hadley, Taylor Wonders, Brian Eider, AJ Rodriguez, and Chase Johnson 1 through 5 right now. They are separated by less than 10 seconds at the top of this one. 4 down and 6 to go. AJ is giving Brian Eider all he can handle. AJ's got a nice line there. Brian able to drive out of that outside line to the inside. AJ makes a little bit of contact there, but it sorts Brian back out to the top spot as they battle for a 3 here in A main number 2. As we check back up front, Taylor has not let Keith. 26.384 last time by for Taylor Wonders. New fast lap of the race, so he is definitely not going away. Backs it up with a 3.83. So he goes 26.384, 26.383, back-to-back fast laps of the race, and he finds himself within a second now of Hadley as they that double, big floating double with halfway gone. 5 down, 5 to go. One becomes available once again. As your 2 leaders in front of the driver's stand right now, Taylor shorts that little driver's stand double this time through as they go through the whoops. Brian Eider still holding off AJ, but here comes Chase and Evan and Ash and Austin and Shay and Matt all in tow. Tony Corliss as well. Tony, you will have leaders on you here shortly, though. They're not quite there yet, but just be aware. 3:30 to go here. There will be a track break following Sportsman. And I'll use that full 10 minutes before Spec Tire. Keith and Taylor 1.3 apart out in front as they go through the roller coaster sections. Everybody doing a great job. Is being lap traffic, getting out of the way, continuing on with their races. AJ has not let Brian go away. Brian, I don't even know if he's been able to take a breath for the last 7.5 minutes. With 2:45 to go. Keith, Taylor, Brian, AJ, and Chase Johnson, your top 5 here in this one. Evan, Ash, Austin, Shay, Matt, Tony, and Liam Roth, the rest of the running order. AJ rolls it over. Finally, Brian can take a little bit of a breath here as he's trying to hang on to that third. That is big for podium points. Ash starting to reel his way back up the leaderboard as well. It is very tough. Sometimes you make an early mistake and you lose 4 or 5 positions. Everybody is so good. Left. It's just not easy to pick those positions back up. And Ash rolls it over just before the loop once again, so he'll lose touch with AJ just a little bit as Chase slides in between AJ and Eider now into that 4 spot with 1:45 to go. Keith Hadley out in front, 7/10 up on Taylor. We're going to go back to that battle as they go into the roller coasters. It's the American flag paint scheme with white wheels and the all silver blue sticker with white wheels as well. That is Hadley and Wonders. Hadley clips the pipe a little bit before coming into the whoop section. So that's going to let Taylor stay right there with him, but we are running out of time with just 1 minute to go on the race clock here in A main number 2. Hadley with a big tumble. He goes upside down and into the other lane. Wonders now to the top spot. It is a big change, and it is in the final minute here. Keith, Taylor, Brian, AJ, and Chase, your top 5. So Taylor Wonders now to the 1, Hadley to the 2. So will this thing be pushed to an A3? We're going to have 35 seconds to go to figure it out. So that's going to be this lap plus 1 more. Scheduled to go 23. Lap 22 on the track right now for your leaders. Don't count out Keith yet. I've watched him do this time and time before. Always super consistent, but he has that extra gear. Wonders having to avoid a little bit of upside down back marker. That was Shea, I believe that was upside down. Does it cleanly. Here comes Hadley now with 10 seconds on the clock. Wonders has got to keep it clean this lap because Keith is not going away. It's about a 2-second gap now. As they go into the doubles, master clock has expired. Race from the line. Everybody's going to get that extra lap. Here we go. One more time to the roller coaster. Taylor gets a little loose up over that double one last time and across the line. He'll take the win here in A2. Hadley will go 2. And Brian dealing with AJ once again on the final lap. And there is the end of that one. Brian will hang on to 3 in A2. That was fun battles top to bottom in that one, and that is going to round out
the race
our E-buggy A main number 2. We do not have a champion yet. We will decide that one in A main number 3, the last race of the night, coming up in about an hour and a half, maybe a little less.
Kevin Gross.
So I wanted to make a little bit of an announcement. As you all know, this weekend we've been doing a fundraiser to support the Drive Like a Girl program. And I wanted to let you all know that we reached our goal. We actually exceeded our goal. My original goal was $300, but we made $500. And so with that, I'm going to get shirts. I'm going to get the girls sweatshirts, and we're going to have a fun day at the park with the girls. So thank you all for your support. And I do have some free snacks, some of the baked goods and stuff that are left. I've got them over on my table. If you want to come and come on over to the booth. And I still got cold drinks if anybody's thirsty. And I can do Italian sodas and Red Bull Italian sodas. So come and see me, and thank you guys.
Race 22, track is yours.
Mock-Haley Chase. Larry Richards. Chris Miller. Jason Inbaum. C.J. Foster. Scott Davis. Weston Carey. J.C. Clark. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. To the start of the race.
Let's grid them up, please. Looks like I still need a little bit of help on that grid there. That doesn't quite look right. Chase, can you take, oh yeah. Brian's on the 6. Yeah, I think we're okay. You do the 10, unless somebody's out there on the 10. Magic happen here in Sportsman. We're going to go racing. Sound of the tone. All right, guys, false start. I couldn't get everybody through that corner cleanly, so we'll try it again. All right, now the Sportsman A main, sound of the tone. All right, guys, false start that again. Let's go. Let's clean it up. That's 2 times. The 3rd time I get to pick on somebody and move them to the back. I love all my racers. I know it's Sportsman, but it's the A main. And I know we got this. 6. All right, guys, take 3. Let's make it clean, please. Corner marshals ready, drivers ready. Sound of the tone. E-buggy, Nitro buggy, E-truggy, E-buggy. On track time plus the time in between. Should be about 90 minutes or so for the rest of the night. Right now, Sportsman highly contested on the points. Your points leader's not here this weekend. So a couple of guys trying to take advantage of that. Larry and JC have been battling not only in this class, but in E-truggy together. Weston running in that third spot now. Larry, JC, and Weston pulling away a little bit here in the podium opportunities for Sportsman E-buggy. Remember, guys, don't be the reason. Leaders are coming through. Don't be the reason this race gets decided. Let them decide it. And that's kind of what we're trying to avoid right there. I don't know. JC or Larry kind of went way wide there. McKaylee, I thought, was plenty out of the racing line. Larry just couldn't get it shut down to the inside enough, so it's going to be JC Clark now to the top spot with 550. Larry a little bit loose coming into that skip double, but gets it straightened out. Continuing to put the pressure on Austin, Jason, Mike, Travis, Scott, Mike Swisher, Travis Miller, and Scott Davis right now in the 4 through 7. But we're going to go back up to that top spot battle now as your leaders into the roller coaster section. CJ, just be aware, Larry's not quite putting pressure on you yet, but your leaders are there with you. Oh, Larry clips the pipe. Weston's going to go to the inside. So Larry was leading around the first half of this one, now finds himself in third. Weston goes way wide. Larry tries to dive underneath, but there was just no room left. 2 seconds between him and JC now. Ingbaum and Miller will be aware that their leaders will be coming here shortly, as Weston has caught JC now as they head into the whoop section. As they skip through there. And down the hill, Travis goes for a little bit of a tumble, and then he'll take it back on the very next jump. As Swisher goes upside down on the back, Tony quickly over to get him. Nope, Swisher struggling there in that last little 10-second snapshot. JC still out in front. Larry hasn't quite gone away as well. JC rolls it over on the double. And now he'll lose 2 positions to Weston and Larry.
2 minutes left.
With 2 to go. In your Sportsman A main, it is the dash. Oh, JC upside down again. Now he's got to take a breath and make sure he keeps composure so he doesn't lose a potential podium finish to Scott Davis here. Scott sitting about 25 seconds back, so lots of room. With 1:30 to go. So Larry up to the 2, Weston into the 3, but he's got the gap down to 2.6 now. 3, but he's got the gap down to 2.6 now. Allen, be aware. Just a little bit Weston to the inside. Race clock has expired. It's going to be racing to the line. Larry goes back to the inside. Here comes Weston now one more time. It's a drag race to the line. It's going to be Weston by 900. As we wait for the rest of the drivers to... What a finish.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 23. Spec Tire E-buggy A 3 main.
All right, guys, we're in a track break at the moment. A quick track break. So we'll see everybody back in about 9 minutes.
While you have a track break, you might want to get a Red Bull so that you have lots of energy for your next races. I got cold Red Bull and lemonade and then some free baked goods. So come and see me. I'm here till like 5.
It was going so good till it wasn't. Still a podium. All right, let's start bringing those marshals back out, and we'll start getting ready to go into Spec E-buggy A main number 3. So Weston, Larry, JC, Jason, CJ, Scott, Travis, Mike, Anthony, McKaylee, Alan, and Kevin. If you guys can make your way out to the track, please. And we will get ready to go racing here in Spec E-buggy. All right, guys, track is yours. Race 23, track is yours.
Sam Moss. Lance Backey. Evan Roth. Tyler Jones. Devin King. Raymond Shell. Kevin Yoder. Johnny Chase. Mike Majori. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, let's grid them up.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. Weston Carey. Less than 5.
Larry, can I get you to move to the 1? Thank you. The 5 is empty. Oh, there we go. Steve. Come on, Lance. Break the other way. All right. You can come down the hill a little bit, Weston. There, you're on spot 13 there. Thank you, Jason. Jason's going to work his way all the way back around the backside of the track, back to bucket 12. The idea for bucket 12 is the cars that jump off the back and go behind the fence there. So 5 doesn't have to go recover them. All right, we already have a champion in this one. It is Toby Jenkins, but we have a podium to figure out. Corner marshals ready, drivers ready, A3 Spec tire on the tone. All right, that is a good official start for Spec Tire A3. We are racing. And we'll go right into our 30-minute Nitro main following these guys. Then we'll end the night truggy E-buggy to finish up. Evan going to take that TQ spot to the top spot, or excuse me, that second position, first spot in this main, and he's going to hold and try and run away with it. He's got a familiar foe, though, following him around here in this one. It is Tyler Jones in the all pink. He's been giving Evan a hard time all race weekend long here in Spec Tire, and A3 does not appear to be any different here in this one. Paddling up and down over that little driver's hand double and into the whoop sections they go. Tyler looking for any way around Evan. Tries to peek inside there. Can't quite make it stick. Evan just making sure he hits his marks and maybe makes Tyler get a little bit, lose some patience and maybe make an error trying to look for a way around. It is Evan and Tyler, then Devin King running in that 3 spot. Now Devin's going to be the 4 as he tumbles once again. Lance is going to go to the 3. And right behind Devin's going to be Kevin Yonder, then Johnny Chase, Raymond Shell, Mike Majori, Weston Carey, Sam Moss, Toby Jenkins, and Lynn Licky. Evan, Tyler, Lance, your top 3 right now. As they run, Evan would be hanging on to that second spot on the podium. Tyler would be 3rd. If Tyler can get by, he'll have a 2 and a 1, and he would jump Evan because Evan would be stuck on a 2 and a 2 as his best finishes right now. So A3 is not just not important because we already have a champion. Why does it matter? Because the podium is still up for grabs here in A main number 3. And with 2:45 down, 5:15 to go, it is Evan starting to pull away from Tyler just a little bit now. Evan, Tyler, Lance, Kevin, and Devin King, your top 5. Evan still running, Tyler and Lance. Evan 2.7 up from Tyler now as they go into those center double sections. Tyler trying to keep pace with him. Then it's going to be Lance, Devin, and Kevin trying to chase them down, followed by Raymond, Weston, Johnny, Mike, Sam, Toby, and Lynn. Toby already wrapping up the championship in this one. So Evan still 2.4 up on Tyler. They have definitely pulled away a little bit from that group in 3, but it's not a tremendous gap. It's only 4 seconds back to Lance, Devin, and Kevin. As they go into that big floater double, it goes 3, 4, and 5. 1 and 2 continue to battle out in front of the driver's stand now with 2:35 to go in this one. Evan, Tyler, Lance, Devin, and Kevin broke away from the rest of the pack. Now they got a 6-second advantage over Raymond with 2 minutes to go on the race clock here in this one.
Left.
Tyler's slipped back just a little bit. It's 3.8 seconds now. So with a 3 and a 2 right now, Tyler is pretty much just guarding against the podium position here. Evan, Tyler, Devin, Kevin, and Lance, your top 5. It's 3.9 from Evan to Tyler, but Tyler goes 26.575. Fast lap of the entire race.
Left.
So Tyler's not quite done with this one yet, but he better find something quick, and he's probably going to need the help of Evan with 1 minute to go. So Evan now just trying to hang on for 35 more seconds in this one. Evan, Tyler, and Devin still 1, 2, and 3. Devin's dealing with a whole heap of Kevin trying to reel him in as well. But now Devin's starting to reel in Tyler, race him to the line. Evan will come across. He'll get the win here in A-Main number 3. Tyler will do enough to get the second place and that third and final podium spot. Devin will finish up in the 4 and take 4th overall on the weekend. Race him to the line. Race him to the line. Sportsman E-buggy. You guys are going to be done. So that is a race. So we'll get those marshals out to the track and we'll get going into
next,
our Nitro buggy class.
Nitro buggy A main.
All right, Evan on the 2, Tyler the 4, Devin the 3, Kevin the 7, Lance the 6, Raymond the 9, Weston the 12, Johnny the 8, Mike the 10, Sam the 11, Toby the 1, Lynn on the 5, please. And if you can't come out and volunteer because you are pitting, see if you could have somebody cover for you, please. All right, guys, race 24 track is yours. Race 24 track is yours.
Taylor Wonders. Bryant Carlson, Austin Azure, Shane Brugskat, Carson Phipps, Brian Iter, Matthew Miller, Tyler Wilbur, Austin Cracknell, Jeremy Livk, AJ Rodriguez.
All right, guys, we're going to just push through until the track changes enough that it's obvious that it's hazardous to the cars or the marshals. Liam, are you covering for Evan? I need you on the 2 if you're covering for Evan. Weston, can I get you up to the 5 at the corner? And then I need somebody on the 1.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race."
All right, guys. Once again, I'm going to continue to try to push through on this a little bit. But if it changes, I will pull cars off the track. We're hoping for just a quick pass through on this.
The race.
So let's bring them in. Bring them in, please. Bring them in.
"15 seconds to the start of the race." Less than 5.
Sam, can I move you to the 1? 1 straight ahead. Nope, turn around. Turn around. Can I just move you to the 1 down at the bottom of the hill? All right, guys, last chance for fuel. Last chance for fuel. We'll keep trying to push a little bit, see how this goes. Clean them out. Down. All right, guys, that is going to be an official start to this one, and hopefully we can run it straight through. If the track changes too much, I get too much rain, I'll have to pause and restart. All right, guys, that is it. False start, pull them in, please. Pull them in. Pull them in. I'm going to make that call now before we go too deep into this one. We will try and wait it out for a little bit. If it gets to be a no-go, we'll decide Nitro based on qualifying position, and the A2 or the A3s of E-truggy and E-buggy will be decided in a 2-race format. All right, guys, with the rain continuing to come down, that is going to be a final call. This one has ended for this weekend. We will, if we can catch a break in the weather, we will go to awards here very shortly. It's just a lot of puddles and hazardous conditions. The track surface is really pretty good, but outside of that, it would be hazardous to put marshals on this. So with the rain continuing to fall, at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and call that one. I appreciate all the diligent effort everybody made to keep that running. But in speaking with the track crew, it's just not, the surface itself is probably ready to go in 30 minutes or so, but at that point in time, we're hoping and pushing everything. Really bummed we couldn't get.
The race is completed.